Hey, welcome back, friends. Got a little video for you from Nashville. Check out the view here. We're going to talk about 7 things that successful people do, that rich people do, that the unsuccessful people don't. Number 1, start reading more books. Less TV, more books. Since I started 75 Hard, I've been just devouring audiobooks, and I've just been really filling the well, if you will, feeling hydrated, which allows me to hydrate others. So whatever type of topics you're interested in, start to fuel your mind and give yourself the chance to learn different perspectives. The second thing that successful people do is that they focus on saving dollar bills and not pennies. What I mean by that is we're running an event here actually in 2 months, and I've had a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to come to the event because they are worried about the cost of the flight and the hotel. That's called saving pennies while stepping over dollar bills. Successful people, rich people, will see this trip as an investment, and that they will gain likely more than 1 or 2 right ideas that will 10x their investment. So they're focused on dollar bills and not pennies. The third thing successful people do is that they don't blame people for all of the problems in their life. Right? They're not victims, right? They don't fight to get that victim trophy. They're people of extreme ownership, right? When they make mistakes, they say that was my fault, and that creates an opportunity to learn, right? They're not suffering because of everybody else's hand.
I often say that to myself, extreme ownership, like under my breath, because it's super easy to fall into that self-blame.
The fourth thing that rich people do that poor people don't is that they get paid for results, not for time. And what I mean by that is when I was working at the gym as a trainer, I was basically trading my time for money as a wage slave, right? I put in 50, 60 hours and I'd get paid for those clients that I service. So I was capped. Even on a really good year with renewals and doing some sales, you can make maybe 80 grand a year, but you're working 50, 60 hours a week. And if you want to make more money, then you got to work more hours. And if you work more hours, then you're more miserable because you've got no time to spend the money that you make. So instead, you want to create a coaching program that you can charge a premium for your support and helping people apply your knowledge, right? Where you can charge $1,000, $3,000, $10,000 for a 12-week program where people are paying for the result. So start charging based on results and not based on time. All right, number 5, poor people live above their means, and rich people, believe it or not, live below their means. Flav, what do you think about this one?
I definitely agree. There's so many people that I know that just are trying to pay off their credit cards. It's like, if you don't have it, definitely don't spend it.
Right. We stayed in Ancaster, Ontario for 5 years before moving to Toronto, just because despite doing over 7 figures a year, I just felt like it was too much. And when we were moving into Toronto, all my friends were leaving Toronto because they couldn't afford it. They went when they couldn't afford it. We went when we could afford it. I think a lot of people want the optics. They want the reputation that they're successful more than actually being successful. Next, poor people are unteachable. Rich people are teachable. All right, I know so many people that are stuck in life because they know it all, right? If you tell them something, they say, I know. But they have nothing to show for it. And I always say, if you don't have something to show for it, then you don't know it. It's head knowledge, but hasn't been applied to your hands and feet yet. So really crucial that you keep an open mind. Put yourself in environments where you're gonna be challenged to think differently, right? And live your life not needing to be right, but needing to do good. And in order to do good, you have to constantly learn and see what you're missing and figure out, I call them blinders, and where you're wearing blinders in your life because someone else will have a perspective on your life that you're just missing. And the last thing, poor people rely on the government. Now this might be a little controversial, but successful people, rich people, are action takers. They rely on themselves, right? They don't count on the government to take care of them, whether it be their safety, whether it be anything.
I don't ever want to be dependent on anybody, to be perfectly honest, but I mean, the government's probably the last person that I would want to.
Right.
I mean, wherever there's money and power, I mean, you really can't trust people.
Right. And the government can't take care of their own money. You think they're going to be able to take care of you? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Plus, you get lazy, right? Like I find that people that rely on government for things, funding especially, they're just lazy. Like it's an excuse for them not to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
And do something impactful with their lives.
Yeah, for me, the idea of having to rely on the government for anything, it's kind of scary. Yeah, I don't like that idea. We're not relying on, our country going back to normal. I hope it does. I'm sure, I'm an optimist, hopeful, but at the same time, we're not going to stay in an abusive relationship in our country and allow our kids to suffer because of their incompetencies. So become an action taker, become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a value creator. If you have value to offer people's lives, then you can create a coaching program, you can create services, you can charge a premium for them, and you can start increasing your income. People say, who covers your dentist bills? I pay for my dentist bills. Like, what about retirement? I take care of my retirement. What about insurance? I pay for my own insurance. So hey, listen, hope you guys enjoyed this video from Nashville. We are on one of many bridges around here. This is a walking bridge, really nice. Sunday morning. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you want more videos like this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below. I should have been shooting the river the whole time.
That's really
Well, and listen, if you guys don't have your tickets for Fitness Business Breakthrough 2022, we're getting together here for 3 days, April 21 to 23. We've got some elite speakers, myself, my team. We're going to be teaching you how to start, grow, and scale your fitness business. So I'll put a link in the description below, and I hope you can grab some tickets, and we can start giving you the tools to start building your most successful life and to join the very small group of people that would be considered wealthy and rich, if you will. Don't let that word turn you off. That's not a bad thing, right? But the more you're given, the more you have, the more responsibility you have as well. So don't forget that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Ciao, ciao.